everyone, welcome to Pennsylvania Bigfoot Structures. Okay, so on today's episode, I'm back over here at the log here, my latest find that has been so exciting to find. Okay, so I'm over here, and what has brought me back over here is, if you remember, I found these that is an illegal dump here. For some reason in Pennsylvania, you can't do that. Okay. But then what happened was I came here. Okay, guys. In my whole time of coming here, I've never posted any kind of sign. I've never posted any kind of sign, sorry, that I hear anything. Sounds like a rooster. Okay. So what I'm doing here is checking on these bones. Okay, so I'm checking on these bones here, and I'm hearing, I'm like not kidding, I hear, every time I start talking, I hear these sounds. Please forgive me if this is going to sound incoherent. I'm going to continue and then explain. There it is again. So it's firing off at like every 3 minutes. It's in the same distance, the same area. Okay, so, alright, so, okay, so this is where I did the bones here. There it is again. That's really loud. So I'm going to point to where the sounds are coming from. I know this is going to sound incoherent. Please stay with this video. There's so much to tell that I can't even... Basically what I wanted to say, guys, is in my whole time of doing this channel, I've never pretended ever. If you watch any single video and start from the beginning, I've never thought I've ever come into this forest and ever heard anything. Since I've found this log over here, since I have found this, and I'm just gonna stand here and keep doing what I was doing, because as soon as I start to do something else, it's when I'm just quiet and talking, that's when those sounds come. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep, please just keep with this and I'll explain at the end. Okay, so I'm gonna just go back to what I was doing here. Okay, so what brought me back here was these bones. Yeah, so all these skulls. And so I was finding these illegal deer dumps. And then I started to find all these, what was not normal. And that's when my interest started to really peak, is finding all these little skulls. And so I go, oh, well, that's a deer. You know, that's a baby deer. So that was my initial thought here, that these are all baby deers. Okay, so we know this is a deer. And one of the reasons, and it's not just the eye socket here, but the teeth. So, I'm just knowing this because I've just been on the internet. So these are not canine teeth, and I'll explain that in a minute. So there, it's still going. Okay, so I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing here. Please stay with this video. I'll explain at the end. Okay, so we're just going to keep doing what I'm doing here. Okay, all right. So I'm trying to like be in the video and explain things, and at the same time do things this way I can just keep hearing. Okay, so as I'm talking, that's when I'm hearing, and I'm stopping, that's when I'm hearing. Okay, so all right, so this is I believe this is the bottom of the skull here. This is the bottom of the skull. Okay, so I'm going to take these pictures here and report back to what I think this stuff is. So I actually don't think this is the skull here. Oh yeah, this could be. So that's what I'm saying. Already I know that this is not deer. Okay, I'm hearing it. Okay, that's a deer. We know this from the eye sockets there. Okay, so, alright, so this is something new. Alright, so this is something new. Okay, so what I've realized so far here is that this is a fox. I've done my research on this, and what is really actually really interesting here is I'm finding that this particular part of the skull here is, that was loud. Oh my god. Sounds like there's something. Sounds, wow, oh my god. So I want to explain that this has been happening to me. This is the 4th time. There's something yelling off in the distance. It sounds like a rooster, but it's not. So at the end, sometimes it has like a human yelling. But what are the chances there's a human over there every time I pull in here? So okay, I'm sorry this is so weird, but this is what is happening to me right now. So, it's just going off. Okay guys, I'm just gonna keep going here. It's going off when I'm at these bones here. Okay, so, alright, so I did my work here. This is a coyote. This is gonna take a picture on this. I'm sorry, this is a fox. This is a fox here. Okay, so I know already from doing my searching here, and so I'm just pretending like I'm looking for worms at when somebody goes by. Oh, incidentally, yeah, there is a lot of worms in here. Okay, guys, so there's the truck there. Okay, so see, that's what I find so interesting is the sound that I'm hearing. I'm like, if that was a Bigfoot, I mean, the road is right here. Okay, so I guess I should explain with that. There's something. There it is again. So is that like a person on their property, like trying to scare me or something? Or like, it sounds like a rooster. It sounds like a rooster. And then it tries, oh my god. Then see that one, the sound before it just made a sound. It sounded like a rooster, and then it went back to that human yell. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna keep down here. Okay. Y'all, I'm sorry this is kind of incoherent, but this is what's been happening to me for about the 4th time. I wish I could make this more coherent for you. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep what I'm doing. It's doing exactly the same thing that it's been doing for the past fourth. This is the fourth time. This is the first time I'm coming in at early in the morning. It's coming from the same direction. It's coming from the same direction, doing exactly the same thing. So I just want to note that it sounds like a rooster sometimes. So the first time that I came in, it sounded like a rooster, so I didn't think anything of it. Second time I came in, same sound, same direction. I heard gunshots. So it's squirrel season in Pennsylvania, so I chalked it off to that. Third time, no gunshots. Same occurrence, same vocalization, same area, no gunshots today. And all those 3 other times were at about 4 to 5 o'clock in the evening, because I was coming off the Appalachian Trail. Today, different time. I'm not walking today. Came in about 11:45. Same vocalization. Sounds like a rooster. Other times it's sounding like a person. Okay, so when I'm touching the bones and just looking around is when those sounds start firing off about every 2 or 3 minutes. So it's when I'm not looking is when those sounds are going. Okay, so okay guys, I'm going to go. That was me documenting what I'm hearing here. So I'm going to go back to doing this, because that is when those sounds are going off. Okay, and I just want to add real quick, I want to engage those sounds. So I just want to say real quick that in my whole time of being out here, this is the first time I've ever heard anything that was strange, because it sounds like a human. And what is happening here is, why would a human, every time I'm in this area, I can understand if that's a property. So maybe it's just somebody, I'm on the back end. I don't think I am. So my other thing is I'm going to drive around. So I'm talking to you and kind of making notes here, like a notepad. So I'm going to drive around and see if there's a property here. I've already looked on the satellite, so that's why my interest is so piqued, because I do not see a property. But I'm going to drive around. Okay, so I'm going to start poking, guys, because that's when those sounds go off. Every 2 to 3 minutes, sounding like a rooster, sounding like a human at times. Okay, so could it be just somebody messing around in there? I don't know. But the point is here is that there's really unique sounds I've never heard before that are consistent. And being on the satellite, I've never heard, well, I wish I'd said all this in the beginning. I've never heard before, ever. Okay, so, all right, so back to business here, and hopefully we'll engage the sounds again. All right, so I'm looking at, okay, so I'm looking at these 2 vertebrae here. So I'm looking at these. I already know this is not deer from doing my work on the internet. And that's so helpful. So this, I already know, is a different animal. Because I thought maybe this was like a baby deer, or I thought this was like the neck. But this is not deer. So already I know this is a different animal. And if I see a car, guys, I pretend I'm looking for worms. I don't want anybody to be like, what are you doing? But looking for worms, that's normal, because in case you didn't know, when you fish, the worms actually, they like the dead. So I've seen a couple big earthworms in here, and I forgot to bring that out and bring my garbage bag to clean this stuff up. So the other important thing to note here too also is I do see, like I said, I mean, this is illegal deer dumps. and I do see a lot of carcasses or beer cans. So my other thought was, you know, is this just a really big illegal killing site out of season, or you know, maybe they are coming in during hunting season. That could be bringing in those dumping a lot of maybe their carcasses here. That could be, yeah, so that could, I just thought of that. So maybe this is just one big illegal dump area. Okay, so let's go back. So hopefully maybe something, you know what I'm thinking, if you're watching this, and well, if you don't know anything about Sasquatches, they like kind of do something like this where they put all their kills in like one pile. So that's where my mind went to. But now that I'm just thinking about this, I go, geez, you know, maybe this is just one big dumping pile for when they hunt, not just deer, but you can hunt coyote and other animals here. So don't hear those sounds. So if I'm stopping, that's when those sounds are going, and I haven't heard anything. Okay, so let's go back to this, because I am finding this to be really interesting. Okay, so last time I was here, the sound stopped for about 5 minutes, and then it just started again. Okay, so this, hopefully you're finding this part of it interesting. And I'm sorry, I should have introduced it better, but I'm just going to keep this video because, yeah, I'm just going to keep this one. I wish it was a little better, but okay. So this is a different one here. Okay, this is a canine. I can tell by this here. And the other thing that I know for certain is deers don't have, humans have this part right here, the vertebral body. Deer do not. So I know that this is not deer. This is some kind of canine. What they are is so we already know this is a fox here. This is a fox. Okay, all right, so this one, I'm going to document this one. See what this is here. I just think this is so cool. I mean, okay, so I think this is deer. This looks like the hip pelvis, but I think this is a part of this might be deer. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a good picture here. This is going to be a long one, guys. In fact, I might just cut it off at 20, and hopefully you stay with this. I have not heard that sound. The sounds are not going off there. Okay, so this is another important one, I can tell. So I think this is the base of the skull here. The spinal cord goes through there. Okay, so document this one. Okay. Alright, we know this is a deer shoulder blade. But I cannot be certain because I thought those other ones were deer bones. Okay, so here we have another one. Okay, I'm going to cut this off and make this in 2 parts. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off, make this in part number 2. Okay, and documenting no other sound has fired off. Same situation, firing off 2 to 3 minutes, nothing. Okay, thanks so much for watching.